Today, we're going to be sharing how you can make $1,000 per week selling books on Amazon. And it's actually a lot easier than you think. I'm here with Victor Galejos, who has sold over $400,000 in the last year, has profited about $120,000, and he does this 100% from home. What's going on, Victor? How are we doing? Welcome to the Rake and Profit channel.
.com. Hey, how you doing, Steve? Really enjoy being on your channel. I mean, I think you have the best audience. A lot of people are out there just trying to find a side hustle to make some extra income. And whenever I have the opportunity to come on here, I mean, I'm definitely jumping on it, and I'm just happy to be here.
Hey, man, I am super pumped up because you're the man, you're the myth, you're the legend. You are actually doing this. I don't know, how many years have you been selling books on Amazon, Victor?
Yeah, I know it's flown by, but 6 going on 7 years. So just books, because to me, I think books are just a really great avenue to make extra money, and they're just a really high ROI type of business.
And the coolest thing about what Victor has done is he's actually quit his job to do this. Literally, he is full-time in the trenches flipping books. And today we're really going to be breaking down what it takes to make at least $1,000 per week. And Victor, he put together a really cool spreadsheet that we're going to share with you. And we're actually going to show you how you could sell as little as 10 books per day and really make a killer income. I mean, think of it this way. If you sell 15 books per day at a $10 profit, that's $150 profit per day. If you times that by 7, it's about $1,050 per week, which hits the $1,000 a week mark. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, 15 books, like really that few of books? I always see you on Instagram, Steve, with 100 books, 200 books. Well, Victor has actually discovered a method that allows you to be able to source really high ticket books, very high profitable books, 100% from home, and you don't even have to touch them. So Victor, do you want to go into this spreadsheet and we can kind of break down what I'm talking about here?
Oh yeah, definitely. And so we have figured out a way to get the cream of the crop books, right? So it's like on Bookmine, right? Has a way to like literally take out every book out there except the top 1% of the top 1%. And it shows you these books that you can really flip. And yeah, I think the best thing out there is to show you this calculator. And I think once you're from there, I think you're going to be hooked. So yeah, let's dive into it.
Awesome. Let's do it.
All right. So this is my spreadsheet. Actually, Joji and I just worked on this spreadsheet. I think it's a really great opportunity for you to kind of play around with some of these numbers. You only have 4 things you need to add in here. All right. So how many books do you think you can source per day? You want to put that in to B1, right? And your average buy price, that's where you want to put in to B2. So you're buying 10 books a day. That's great. How many books are you buying? I mean, the average buying price is in 2. Your ROI, which is how much do you want to make per book, or what do you actually think you're going to make per book, you want to put here. And so let's just say if your goal is 50%, you put 0.5, right? Or if you're trying to make 100% ROI in every book you're flipping, you want to put a 1. And then your sell-through rate, this averages between 0.5%, which is about 0.5% per day, up to 1.5% per day is what the average is of a bookseller. So I just put 0.8 as kind of like the average. So that means you're selling less than 1% of your books per day, but that's still a really great number, right? So those are the only 4 calculations you have, and you can run the scenario any way you want. Once you kind of get this spreadsheet yourself, you can run these scenarios yourself, right? But let's dig into it a little bit. All right, so in month 0, right, you're not actually a bookseller yet. That's why we call it a month 0, because you haven't officially sold a book, but you really got into this. You really want to make this work. So you're buying 10 books a day at $18 per book. It's going to cost you $180 in daily spend. Your monthly spend is $5,400. And so at the end of the month, you have 300 books in inventory. You have not sold anything yet because you're just getting started. All right. So month 1, you're finally starting to sell some books because you finally got them into Amazon. You finally sourced another 300 books. The same deal here, another $5,400. So you have 600 books in stock, and at 0.8%, that means you've sold 144 books already from your 600 in inventory. That's a profit of $18. Your revenue is $5,000 already. So month 1 officially here, you can already sell $5,184 off of 144 books. That's a profit of $2,592 month 1, right? And then you're thinking, well, like, I'm just having to keep spending $5,400 here. Well, you can see by month 2, your revenue, this is the money in column I. That's the money that's actually going back into your bank account. So you're going to bring in month 2 $6,500 into your bank account, but yet you're only needing to spend $5,400 the next month to keep this up, right? So you're spending 5,400. You actually brought in 6,500. So technically, you can actually take out or extract $1,132 out of your money that you're bringing in, because you don't need to invest that anymore. That's money you can go and invest other places, and you can start to see really quickly here. Your month 3, month 4, you're really profiting some really great money. 4,000, 5,000, $5,000 a month in profit off of 10 books is just amazing. Like this is more than the average person makes in a year, and you are doing it just by buying 10 books. And with sourcing books, and once you kind of figure out patterns and stuff, you can source 10 books in a couple of for me, a couple of minutes. Maybe for a novice, it probably takes you maybe 20-30 minutes. But think about this: source for 20 to 30 minutes and then go on with the rest of your day. Like, you can go and do whatever you want. I started playing, actually, I just recently started playing pickleball, because I just have the amount of time. I just have the freedom to do that, because it's that easy to source 10 books a day. And once you get this down, you realize, wow, I almost don't need to give any of my time away, just with this method. And me and Steve talk about, Steve just told me that, both me and him don't have an official job anymore. And it's because with books, you can just, you can do that. So.
Yeah. And the best part is too, obviously this isn't for beginners getting a prep center right off the bat, but
Right.
If you've been thrifting for a while and you're ready to grow your business and you want to be able to start sourcing books like this, just so you know, when the time is right, you can literally team up with a prep center. I use Little Owl Prep. I think you do as well, Victor.
We both do.
You can actually have virtual assistants purchase these books for you, which we're going to show you in a couple of minutes how you can buy these books with a software called Bookmine. And you can literally start doing this. You never have to touch the books. You don't have to see the books. You don't have to smell the books.
No.
Some of the books do smell, but that's the coolest thing about this. And it looks like, I just want to say really quickly for the people who are watching, this does require investment, right? This is different than thrifting. This doesn't apply. Like, don't use this calculator down the road if, Victor releases it for thrifting, because you can't predict what you're going to be able to source at a thrift store or a library sale or a local pickup. You have to kind of take what you can get. With the method we're going to show you in a couple of minutes, you can target specific books with specific sales ranks, specific sell-through rates, and specific profits. So I don't know if I left anything out, Victor, but feel free to continue.
So one of the things I wanted to do is just run through some scenarios, right? Because we have put this in here for 10 books a day, right? But a lot of us actually easily can source 20 books a day in a matter of an hour, right? So let's just say you're giving this business an hour a day. You can easily get up to 20 books a day, 20 books to source per day with that 1 hour, right? So if you just move this to 20 books per day, now you're in some huge money, right? 10 to, you're at $10,000 in profit per month with just sourcing 20 books a day. And actually, we have some people on Bookmine that I've actually seen are sourcing 80 books a day just from Bookmine. And I asked him how long he's taking. He says it takes him 2 hours. So he's sourcing 80 books per day at an average price at $18. His ROI is at 100%, which is kind of crazy that he's able to do that. And his sell-through rate is at 0.8. He's trying to get that to 1. But let's just say it still stays at 0.8. These are actually his numbers are very close to his numbers. He's making 20, 30, 20, 35, 20, 30, 40, 50. It's going to $50,000 per month in profit just from sourcing books. And so it's really where you want to take this business, right? It's do you want to just have this as a side hustle? Do you want to make this a full-time income, or do you want to become a millionaire from this, right? Like you can do it either way you want to do that. And good point, Steve, as far as like you can have a prep center. Yeah, I've sold 7,500 books this year, and I've never touched any of those books. I haven't touched a book that I have sold in 6 years. So all the books that I buy, all I'm doing literally is going on Amazon, clicking buy now. It's going to a prep center, and then the prep center sends it to Amazon, and Amazon sends it to my customer. I
Yeah.
never actually see these books. So what I'm doing is just finding really great opportunities, clicking buy now, and then the rest is just like magic basically. And in a couple of weeks I just receive a paycheck. So it's a really awesome business, and that's why I get so excited about it. That's why I'm on this channel. I mean, Steve, once he saw it, he was like, all right, this is an amazing thing. Let's get this to everyone we can. So yeah, let's go ahead and dig into Bookmine a little bit, and then we'll wrap up this video and go on to the next one.
Awesome. Yeah. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think, because we got a bunch of videos that are planned. And so yeah, smash that like button and let's get into Bookmine and show you guys how to find some deals.
All right, so now I'm on Bookmine. Bookmine is a software program that data mines Amazon. So every hour it looks through it gets 100 million books. It brings it down to about 300,000 books, and then massages the 300,000 books and finds the best deals out of that 300,000 books and showcases them here on Bookmine. And so you can see there's 3,238 books. It just updated literally 13 minutes ago. And so these are the best deals that are on Amazon today of that 100 million books. And so like, you don't have to do any of that extra work. You don't have to go, like, if you were at a library sale, imagine scanning all the books and all the green books, all the books that come back green, like, and just putting them in a shelf. That's what Bookmine just did for you, right? They literally scanned all 100 million books and found the best of the best deals and showcased them here. And then you get to pick from here which books you really want to buy based on your like criteria, right? So there's 3,200 books here. We also have Bookmine Explorer, which is books that sell a little bit slower, but even higher ROI than what Bookmine generally does. So when you're thinking of Bookmine Explorer, those are books like you buy for 10 and sell for 100, but they just sell less frequently. And then Bookmine is books that sell much more frequently, but less ROI per book. So just even the first book up here, right? This book is $40 as the used price. So $40 here, and the used price is looking like right around $75. So this is pretty easy. Buy for 40, sell for 75, 80, even up to $100. And that's the first book up. Like, we didn't specifically load this book, to make it seem like Bookmine is great. Literally, that's the first book up. There are 3,200 books just like that. There are book types. We have winter books. We have high school books that are on here, college books, which, by the way, if you're seeing this video sometime in December, or even if you're seeing this book, say in like May, college textbook season is on right now. You should be sourcing a ton of college textbooks, and there's 448 college textbooks on here. And then we have all year round books. So it also sections off the books to this, which type of book you want to source from. So there's a lot of opportunities on Bookmine, and that's why you can source 10 books pretty easily. Like, literally, that was the first book up. We could have bought in this book, and then scroll down and probably find 10 books within the first page, which Bookmine shows you 25 books per page. And so, yeah, I just quickly here, this is another book selling at 40. Typically, they're in August, and it's currently $14. So buy at 14, sell at 40. That's easy profit, right? And so 2 books up, without even having to try. So literally, it's giving your life back, right? Bookmine really helps you do that, and that's why I'm so excited about it.
You know what Bookmine reminds me of? It reminds me of, like, imagine if you walked into a Goodwill or you walked into a Savers, and there was a person standing there, and they said, "Hey, Victor, welcome to Goodwill. Would you like to pay me $10, and I will go scan all the books for you, and I will give you all the books that are profitable, and then you can double check if any of them are good." Wouldn't that service be great? Well, it doesn't exist at Goodwill.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist at Goodwill, but it exists with Bookmine, because Bookmine, literally, think of all the books on Amazon as like a huge thrift store, right? There's a lot of really great ones out there, but how do you find them? Well, Bookmine, it's a software, goes in, it's got a proprietary code built into the software that goes in and filters it all out based on all these different criterias. And they're not all great, right? A good majority of them you could literally just buy, but you always want to have to do, you always want to do your research, but it's filtering all of the deals that are, let's just say it's like 80% like ready to go, but you have to analyze that other 20% to see if it's a good fit for you. I mean, that's what Bookmine does.
Right.
That's it.
Exactly. Bookmine does 80% of the work for you. You have that last 20% by looking at the Kiva chart to decide whether or not that what the algorithms have said is correct, is actually correct, because you're actually able to see the graphs. But that's pretty much it. You buy 10 books, you go on with the rest of your day, and Bookmine does that for you. And it's a really powerful system. Myself, I couldn't actually afford what Bookmine does for me. Like the amount of data that it's required to collect, or that it collects, is so expensive that I couldn't do it myself. We need a whole group of people supporting Bookmine, and that's why this is so powerful, and that's why no one person could do it. And I think that we're just starting to grow, right? Bookmine is a new software. There's not very many people on it, so it's kind of crazy that even these books are just sitting on here, that you can, some of these books have shown up 2 hours ago and you can still buy them, because there's not a ton of people on Bookmine just yet. And so if you really are excited about it, I suggest, trying out Bookmine, going through Steve's affiliate link, and then, trying out Bookmine and seeing if it's for you, because it's once you get it, you realize, wow, this is that simple. So yeah.
Yeah, you guys should definitely check it out if you're interested. I'll put a link down below. Victor mentioned a special affiliate link, which I do. Thank you, Victor. He also gave our audience $15 off whatever subscription you choose per month. And I believe that's for life, right? That's
correct. Yeah.
That's for life.
For life.
So
it's not for the first month, it's for life.
Well, thank you for sharing that. So definitely check that out. And I also have a bunch of bonuses as well. So if you check the link down below and go through my link, I think it's rakeandprofit.com/goldrush. You'll get the $15 off. There's a coupon code. Plus, Victor and I, we have a bunch of bonuses. We're sharing high school books, some replens, keep a crash course that I did with Joji. So definitely check that out. And one thing I want to mention before we get into the next video, Victor, I don't know if you saw this post in the Bookmine Facebook group, but our friend Tanner, he was at the Books and Beyond conference.
Yeah.
He was literally going crazy, celebrating. He had his first $1,000 day, and he's all up on Bookmine, man. He's like he's like the mascot of Bookmine. I'm actually going to have him on the YouTube channel to talk about his story. But $1,000 day, man, using Bookmine. Big shout out to Tanner.
Yeah, great story there. And he would just started out at that time in Books and Beyond, and actually the next day he had another $1,000 day. So he had two $1,000. He is over the moon with it, all through Bookmine, and I'm just happy for him. And there a lot of people are able to do this, and so I'm happy he was one of those people who chose to make videos about it, to showcase that, like, look, I started from nothing and I'm literally selling over $1,000 per day.
Yeah, and I'll leave it off by saying this, guys, it takes money to make money on Amazon. It's just the way it works. Obviously, you can make a good amount of money with very little investment going to thrift stores and stuff, but it's out of your control if you're going to find deals. It's very competitive, so on and so forth. If you're going to use Bookmine or do anything, keep a deals, E2A, whatever, it takes money, but you can start slow. You could start by investing 100 a month, and then 300 and 500. It's obviously just going to take you a lot longer to get to $1,000 a week profit. If you do have $5K to put in immediately, once you're comfortable, you'll obviously be able to hit your results a lot faster. But there's risks and rewards to it. If you put your money in too fast and don't understand it, you're going to lose your money. Whereas sometimes it's better to kind of start slow in the beginning, right, Victor? I don't want to go down too crazy of a rabbit hole, but is there anything you want to share about that real quick?
Yeah. So when you're first starting out, I can understand. We showed a calculator there. And by the way, that calculator will be given to any person who signs up for a trial of Bookmine through Steve's affiliate link.
Boom, baby.
We'll make sure to give that out. But when you're first starting out, I can understand, investing a lot of money into something that's unproven to you is a little bit challenging. So another thing that Bookmine has is there's a use price slider here. And so you can actually move this, say to like, hey, I'm cool with buying books, but I think that, $30 books or $50 books is kind of too much for me. I want to buy books that are like $10 or less because I'm used to thrifting, right? So I want to buy books that are $10 or less shipped to my prep center. So if you just did that, you move the slider from $1 to $10, now you're finding books that actually will ship to your prep center for under $10 that are still amazing deals here. And there's 582 books that are just like that meet that criteria. So even then, like all you have to do is find 10 books out of that 582 to get sent into your prep center, and you've done your job for the day, right? And so the first book up here, it's $7.69, and it just recently sold, at $35. So this is pretty easy. Just showcasing this book, right? The Keeper chart is easily shown that you can buy this for $7.69, sell it right under $40, and that's your first book up. And again, you only need 10 of these a day to actually make a really good living with books. So yeah, it's just a lot of opportunities. Even if you don't have that much money, you can start this. If you don't, if you're not if you don't want to go and drive to thrift stores, or if that's too difficult, or if you don't own a car but you own a laptop, then you can do this business.
Love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That's really good for people to know that they can invest in lower ticket books to reduce risk and deal with more volume and kind of learn the game on a budget. So I just want to thank you, Victor. Appreciate you coming on and sharing your knowledge. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this video, and be sure to give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and subscribe, because I actually have another video with Victor we're doing after this where I'm going to be diving into his story of how he started, biggest mistakes, tips and strategies. I've got 10 really great questions that I'm going to be hitting him over the head with and trying to stump him. So come check that out in the next video. And check the link down below to check out the free trial of Bookmine and start making some money, guys. All right. So with that being said, much love. Thanks, Victor. Thanks, everyone.
See you guys there.
Bye.
Bye.